Hi, welcome back to Relatable.
You got a little Amelia under your eye.
Yeah.
Amelie, what?
Amelie. I don't know how that song goes. A millionaire, a million. I don't know. I don't know the words to that song. I feel like Lil Wayne has such a.
Fuck Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Man. No.
Dude, that picture of him and Trump is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I forgot about that. The only thing that I think of when I think of Lil Wayne is when he is reading like the celeb reads mean tweets thing, and he's like, Lil Wayne looked like a crab apple. Man, I don't even know what a crab apple is. Fuck y'all.
Welcome back to Relatable episode 37.
37.
I'm back, by the way, from London.
Wow. Look what the cat dragged in.
Oi.
Oi.
Tiny bitcher, oi. Look who came crawling back.
Well, at least our skills.
Dude, there were some moments in while I was over in London where like there were loud noises and I startled because I have PTSD from living in a country where mass shootings happen all the time.
Yeah, it's just the old fucking like jalopy cars that are like firing up their archaic engines.
Yeah, it was just some people who had some people chomping their teeth together. There were some cops with like intense guns.
I'm sorry.
Do not pick your toe pus at my fucking kitchen counter right now. Yes, you are.
It's eczema.
Stop. I don't care what kind of eggs you have. I don't want them on my kitchen counter. So I just got back from London. I was there like the week of 4th of July because fuck the U.S. I'm going back to the motherland, bitches. Woo! We should have stayed in monarchy. This is a bad idea.
Take us back, please.
There's been a civil war. Things are not going well.
Mom, I'm scared. Come pick me up.
So I was at Windsor Castle. We took like a day trip to Windsor, Stonehenge, and Bath. And
sounds like a chain restaurant. Windsor, Stonehenge, and Bath.
Yeah. So I went to the top restaurant and I did Windsor, Stonehenge, and Bath. So I went to Windsor Castle as part of this day trip. Also, this fucking tour. So this is why I kind of despise, traveling and going on pre-planned tours. They gave us like 5 minutes at every fucking destination because most of it was driving and traffic.
What the fuck?
So we made the most of it, but we were at Windsor Castle. Guys, I took a punch to the face the other day. I think I'm having a breakdown. Anyway.
Is that why you have a big pulsating pussy lump on your face?
Yeah, it's also why my teeth are missing.
Your teeth? No, they migrated into the lump and it's going to start forming its own conscience.
It's like that SNL sketch with like the cake that starts growing like teeth and eyes. Or that disease you get when you have like teeth in your pussy.
Ew.
Anyway.
No, or like you grow teeth and tumors or whatever.
Oh, fuck off.
Sorry.
So
anyway, the tour sucked.
So we were at Windsor Castle and the fucking queen was there.
What?
When we were at the castle.
Did you see her?
No, I didn't see her.
Damn, you could have thrown some tomatoes at that old hag.
Everyone loves her there, though. It's not like the U.S. where it's like super politicized. It's just like, oh, it's a sweet 70-year-old woman.
Does she do anything though? Like, does she have power over?
So the thing is, when I was over there, Boris Johnson was basically refusing to leave or quit his job, right? And so the queen was like, apparently at Windsor Castle to deal with some bullshit because he was making a big fucking mess. But basically, I don't know. I fell asleep most of the time on the tour because it was just a bus ride and I was fucking exhausted. But my mom said something about how she kind of has final say. I guess sort of like a president in a way, but she doesn't really do much. But she was there.
She just sits there having incestual relations with her second cousin, who is now dead. God rest his soul.
Was that her fucking second cousin?
Yeah, they're related.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's like second cousin, but they are related.
As you just Googled the other day, cousin to cousin female incest is not illegal there.
Not illegal. And they didn't even specify like female to male cousins. So.
So we may have found a loophole and we might be moving soon. But like I was saying about the loud noises, I was like, oh my God, anyone could have a gun in these streets. But like, no.
Yeah.
So I felt generally safe. I guess someone could come up and knife you.
Well.
Or just like stick a really sharp pencil in your face. But otherwise.
Or slice your throat open with their big, disgusting teeth.
Dude, I told you Jared Leto isn't British.
Oh. Damn.
Or is he? I can't remember.
Well, I guess you were safe from him.
Morbius.
It's morbid time.
I gotta say, as annoying as some people going off on all that shit is, like people just repeating the same fucking meme format, I laugh every goddamn time.
I know, but do you think that contributed to the movie being renewed?
Yeah. So, okay, I don't know if you guys know generally like what happened. So Morbius with Jared Leto fucking tanked at the box office.
Yeah, it was a major flop.
And poor sweet dumb Jillian. She read an article saying
Look.
Stop, let me get it out. She read an article saying that Morbius made like $3 more billion at the box office.
No, it didn't say more billion. It did not say more billion in the article I read. Okay. No, because I did not know.
No, it was more thousands.
Yeah. It was more trillion. I didn't know that was a meme. And
she saw an article on Twitter basically that said it made like $1 trillion
because
at the box office.
I think, maybe it's the tism, but I take things very literally sometimes. So I was like, oh my God, that can't be right. And
I texted you and I was like, yeah, you're right. It can't be.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you talking about?
And then I realized it's just like it's a goof.
It's all a goof. It's all gaff. And then it turned into like a massive meme where people would comment under anything and everything basically. And it's gotten to a point where it's not even Morbius related anymore, but they just taken the format and put it, use it for other shit. So they'd be like, when Morbius stood up against the bad guys and said, it's Morbin time, my entire theater clapped for 5 minutes and everyone started crying. And then we all went and got tattoos of Morbius on our left butt cheek and had the time of our life. Like, just insane fucking bullshit. Like, but
obviously very satirical.
Yeah.
But I think Jared Leto probably saw that and was like, wow, they love it.
And apparently so needed to because they re-released it. And then people are using
Wait, they re-released it?
In the theaters.
Holy shit.
It's Morbin times 2.
The Morbining.
But no, people put the same format for like the fucking Minions movie that just came out where it's like when the Minions teamed up to help Gru, my entire theater threw their popcorn in the air and screamed for 30 minutes. Like, it's just fucking bullshit. Or when Gru said it's Minion time.
Yeah.
Applauded.
All the videos of like guys going to see
Jesus.
Gru, like either they're wearing tuxedos and they're all like dressed up, or they're all dressed up as Minions and one of them is dressed up as Gru, which like I really have to applaud the commitment there. I don't have enough friends to do that.
I also don't have a disposable income to just go to a fucking movie for shits and giggles.
Well, yeah.
Unless I really want to go see it, but it was so funny because I saw like a professional news outlet report on that.
And they're Minions thing?
Yeah, there's a new trend called, going to the Minions dressed as a distinguished gentleman. Teens are dressing up in suits and going to see the Minions. All we ask is if you decide to be a part of this fun trend, you behave respectfully in your theaters. Because I guess in one of the theaters, they're throwing bananas at the screen. But you have news outlets like taking this, like they genuinely think that these people are such big fans of the movies that they dress up and go to the theater dressed in shit.
That's incredible. It never ceases to amaze me how stupid boomers are.
Again, media literacy. It just goes back to that shit of just not being able to read between the lines or getting the irony. Like, the last day of June, you posted that SpongeBob meme where he's crying. He's like, today's the last day you could be gay. And then you also posted like a sexy Mothman thing. Which is fucking
if
great.
you look like this, DM me.
Did you draw that?
No. Because I was looking up, so here's my big reveal for this year.
Wait. Can I finish my boomer thing first?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you had posted the SpongeBob thing, and I laughed, and my mom's like, "Oh, what are you laughing at?" And I showed her, and she's like, "Oh no, like that's like, what if someone takes that seriously and they take an offense to it, and they find it like I'm like, Mom, that's not." The joke is that it's obviously not the last day you can be gay.
Right.
But it's like corporations only celebrate fucking Pride in June and then not at all after that.
And then they're like, gay people who?
Yeah, but my mom's like, I don't know, Lauren. Like, what if someone takes that offensively? I'm like, no one who is checking out our Instagram is going to...
Yeah, not to like alienate our audience here, but if you
alienate them.
Yeah, if you don't fucking get that that's a joke, then you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Yeah, if you don't get that that's a joke, you're a little green fucking being and you live on another planet.
And you should kill yourself, honestly.
We're going to alienate the shit out of you. Well, we can't tell them to kill themselves.
Okay, I take that back. Go get back in your fucking flying saucer and go back to whatever fucking Martian planet you came from.
Whatever hellhole you fucking crawl out of. Little green freaks.
Whatever egg sack you fucking grew out of.
Anyway, you had a big reveal?
Yeah, well, okay, so it kind of like ties back to the whole thing of like I do get like somewhat worried that like people just
employers look at this shit. Yeah,
like because I do have some coworkers that follow our Instagram, although I haven't gotten anything like, you know, alarming yet, you know, where my coworkers are like, you posted this, you said it was the last day to be gay.
Everyone has been actually incredibly supportive, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I know, but there's always like this like thing in the back of my mind. It's just like, you know, my inner voice, my critical inner voice, which is also just like the voice of my mom. So I was, you know, deciding like ultimately what I want to be for Halloween this year, because Marco sent me a text like randomly when he was at work one day. He was like, I'm honestly surprised that you haven't started working on your Halloween costume yet.
Shut the fuck up. I was gonna give you shit for that.
I know.
July.
I know. I'm like, I gotta get on my shit. I was like, you're right. So I was thinking about it and I was like, I really want to like, you know, unlock my unhinged potential this year. So I am going as Sexy Mothman for Halloween.
Yes!
Yeah, it is the year of the sexy cryptids, people. Time to fucking rise up. And
okay, should I be what then? Sexy Bigfoot? What are we talking? Or is that too played out?
No. I think the possibilities are endless, honestly.
Should I be like sexy demonic QAnon Hillary Clinton, or is that too obscure?
Sexy Jersey Devil. You could be sexy Loch Ness Monster. I really think...
I mean, it's starting to feel a little predictable. Like, I kind of want to be a little more obscure.
But... Okay, so sexy Fresno Nightcrawler.
Dude, you joke, but I do kind of know what that is. But also,
Let's do it.
It looks like a pair of pants or something.
Yeah, it's just like a walking pair of white pants. I mean, because here's
I'll just
the
go
thing.
topless with white pants.
It's the juxtaposition here, because I'm gonna be like black and you could be the white. So we're getting like
the yin and the yang.
Exactly. No,
right.
So as I was looking up inspiration, I was like, okay,
for Sexy Mothman or just in general?
Mothman. Let's just say inspiration for my costume and inspiration to you know, get the motion of the ocean going, if you know what I'm saying.
Inspiration for my costume and inspiration for the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Inspiration for cum.
Okay.
And I was Googling Sexy Mothman.
Okay.
And the internet hath bestowed me this wonderful drawing that someone made of like this like it was like
I thought you drew it.
No.
It looked like you could have.
No, I know. I found it. I think it was like from Reddit or something, but like somebody drew this like crude pencil drawing of a buff guy with a moth head and wings and wearing like boxers, and he's doing like one of those like classic like underwear model poses
with the one arm up behind his back.
Yeah, and he's kind of like slouched back like sexily,
and the lower quadrant of his ball sack pointing out from his
just a little
boxers.
Sneak peek of the balls.
Yeah,
and
just a test tickle.
His moth balls, if you will.
His moth
and I posted it on our story, and I was like, if you look like this, DM me.
Did you get any DMs?
No. And I'm
Guys,
so upset about it.
Jill is like exploring her options right now. Things have been a little bit rough at home, and like she's trying to see what's out there.
Yeah, and Marco,
on the down low, like don't tell Marco, obviously, but
well, I was gonna tell you that we had decided to bring a third into the bedroom, and we were inspired by Chuck Tingle's novella, Bisexual Mothman.
make the special delivery in our butts.
Right.
Right.
The mailman, bisexual mailman, Mothman. Right.
If you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, I get it. But check out, it was like one of our Halloween episodes.
Yeah.
We get in depth
from
in
last
story.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. I was like, well, why not spice up the bedroom with a cryptid? Mothman can fuck me and Marco can watch. And I think that would be really enjoyable for him.
Have you talked to him about it, or you're just kind of assuming?
Well, I mean, I like brought it up, when he was like kind of like half asleep, and he was just like, it might have been a snore, but I think it was him like grunting in agreement.
I would assume so. I think it's safe to assume.
Yeah, I think he would be okay with Mothman.
That could be fun. So you're getting some inspiration for the bedroom, for your Halloween costume.
No, exactly.
I'm excited to see what you do with it, honestly.
I am too, because I was like, I'm really thinking about the logistics here. I'm like, do I like function versus like...
She's so excited her headphones fell off, guys. You don't understand.
Yeah, Mothman. I'm not I haven't been shy about it. I love Mothman. So if you're out there and you're listening, hit me up. Please.
Hit me up too.
Please. DM. Please.
I don't really think I have a cryptid kink. Like I'm trying to think of one cryptid that really stands out, and I don't. I mean, for me, I'm a vampire hoe.
Well, yeah,
but that's not like
that's safe. I mean,
it's safe.
That's like the vanilla cryptids, like
But maybe I'm just a vanilla bitch.
Well, that's fine. You can have vanilla Vlad.
Vanilla Vlad. Does he have to be Russian?
No, but I mean, maybe he's Transylvanian. I don't know.
Oh my fucking God. We need to talk more about London, because I had a taxi driver from Transylvania. I shit you the fuck not.
The Transylvanian taxi driver.
I shit you not, Jillian.
Did he sound like
I didn't
Dracula?
know. Okay. A little bit, and like he had incredibly tinted windows, so it was like a little sus. But my mom and I were driving with this fucking guy, and he said he was from some Eastern European country. I can't specifically remember the name, but me being the dumb American I am, did not realize until that very moment, all my theories were confirmed, that Transylvania is in fact not a country. It's like a city within a country. And I don't remember what country he said, but I have confirmation it does exist.
Okay. Can we just
go there right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Goodbye, everybody. That was the episode. Let's go find a Vladdy daddy. I just want to dissect that for a second, because I think it's sad that we didn't know that. Like, color me naive, I guess, but like, sorry for taking Hotel Transylvania at face value.
Well, I mean, Hotel Transylvania, like, historically actually details the long, sordid history of the city-state that is Transylvania.
Right.
So it was not until recently, when I had met someone who may or may not have been a vampire. Let's just say I got his number.
Was it 1?
No, it was 2.
3, 4.
No, it was 1. Wait, how the fuck does he do it?
1. Fuck, I don't know.
Is it just 1 laugh per number, he says? So he gets to like 100, and then he has to laugh 100 times because he has crippling OCD?
Yes. Yes. That's exactly it, actually.
What the fuck? What was his name? Count Cuntula? Fuck. Count Chocula? Count Dragula?
Fuck, wait, let me look it up. I actually
No, it's the Count.
His name is Count Von Count.
Shut up.
But also he goes by the Count.
Right. Right.
Well, shit, he's a little, getting a little bricked up looking at this guy too. Shit.
Is he built?
He could be under
Let me
his
see,
like
let me see.
mysterious cape.
Let me see. Oh God.
I know.
Oh my God. Is that Gucci?
Yeah.
He's got a fucking cape, right?
kinda
And then
just-
like a 3-piece suit and a monocle.
I bet sitting on that felt face would feel really good on your pussy.
I don't know, dude. It sounds like a recipe for a UTI. All the little fucking pieces of fabric.
You think you have like a venereal disease, but it's just like purple fuzz on your pussy lips.
It's like, how many pussies do I see? One.
One clitoris.
Two pussy lips.
One labia majora. There's a meme and it's like labia majora. Fuck, hold on, let me look it up really quick. You can cut this out.
Clitoris! Labia majora! Damn, girl, how many pussies you got?
I don't know if anyone's gonna have heard that, but what the fuck is that from? It's from TikTok. Clitoris, labia majora. Damn, girl, how many pussies you got?
Yeah.
What about is there labia minora?
Yeah.
Is that like only Jewish people have that?
Right, and it's only visible during
The 8 nights of Hanukkah.
right, right.
Okay, but no. All jokes aside, is there a menorah?
Yeah.
A menorah?
I think it's inside. I think it's
Yo.
like yeah. I could look
I
it
don't
up.
need to know. I mean, I should because it is
Girl.
a part of me. But yeah. So I met a Transylvanian guy over there, which was fucking bizarre. And then I also learned that my British accent is apparently ass.
So what was the feedback
Oh
you
my fucking
received?
God. So just imagine going on vacation with your mom, right? And I guess it depends on what kind of mom you have, but I have the embarrassing kind.
Where she's like, my daughter can do a really good British
Yes.
accent. Oh
So
no.
we were getting-
Julie, no.
Yep, we were getting lunch. And of course had like a cute blonde British, probably vegan guy at this vegan restaurant. And I don't know how it came up. She made it happen.
Of course. She's like, let me find a way to embarrass my daughter today.
She's like, I have to fill my quota.
Right.
So he's like, all right, yeah, let me hear it. And I was like, yeah, I don't really think I can really do a British accent that much. He's like, no. He's like, no, that's not it. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
But not like angrily, but like it was like immediately like, no. Like I got 2 words out and I also wasn't fucking planning on doing a British accent. And I got immediately shut down.
I am getting so much secondhand embarrassment.
I
I need to leave. I gotta go.
I wanted to shrivel up into a cloud of dust and just like float out of the fucking restaurant.
That is horrific. Here, let me give you some pointers, right? Because I ran into an Australian guy one time when I was really drunk and he was also really drunk. And Marco was there. He can attest to this. We were waiting for our Uber and he was just like hanging out with his friends. It's like, and I heard his accent and I started doing an Australian accent. And I was like telling him like, I can't do one right now because
You're
I can't
like
think about it.
Shrimp on the
I was
barbie.
like, yeah, I'm from Australia. And he was like, oh my God. Like he was like, his fucking mind was blown. Like he really thought I was from Australia.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's because he was fucking black.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You have to do it like when they're vulnerable because then they're not going to think about it too hard.
You're right. I should have struck while the iron was hot, but the iron was very cold and not at all ready for striking.
The tea kettle, as they
The
say.
tea kettle. Yeah, so the tea kettle wasn't ready for striking, but okay, so I fucking do this thing in front of this guy, right? And then he takes our orders and I just like immediately go to the bathroom and cry for 20 minutes. And then I come back out and
Did you actually cry?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm such a good actor too. It's so funny. Like no, but I come back and he's working the bar, making some girls these like drinks at
You're
12
like, wait,
o'clock.
I just practiced in the mirror for 20 minutes. Let me do it again.
Okay, I know before like wasn't the best impression, right? But I've really I think I got it this time. Shall I go to fit and chips?
And no star skills.
So he's making drinks at the bar, and I'm just like walking back to our table, and I make eye contact with him, and I was like, I'm never gonna live that down. And he's like, no, don't worry, like it wasn't that bad. And I was like, no, it was. And he was like, no, honestly, it was more like Australian and New Zealand than anything else. And I was like, I do a really good New Zealand accent. I didn't do it, but I was like,
You're like, here, let me show you. And it's like the worst thing he's ever heard.
and then like you pan over and there's a fucking New Zealand couple over, like their ears are bleeding. But he cut me a little bit of slack when I told him I wasn't ever going to be able to live it down. And then if he came over and like, whatever, got us a drink or something, and my mom, we talked about how like it wasn't that bad, whatever. And then I was like, yeah, wait, Mom, like why don't you do an accent in front of him or whatever? She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, fucking course not. And then I asked him, I was like, well, can you do an American accent? And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, see, just see the pain.
Wait, I asked Marco's German friend to do an American
Shut
accent.
up. Did he do it?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Okay,
What
so
was
this
it?
was when we were in Germany, and his friend, he spoke like he had a German accent. You know, it was like very like sounded like
German.
a fucking German guy. He was like, he's like, my name's Joe from Billings, Montana, and I have an oil farm. And I was like, what the fuck?
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. I was like, the fact that you had this like on lock, just fucking like Billings, Montana. Then I, of course, did my like German accent, which he thought was hilarious. Marco doesn't find it that funny, but he's kind of like a fucking snowflake. So
I almost just fell over in my chair. He's kind of like a fucking snowflake. So. He is though. It feels like some people are very sensitive, but like it's so embarrassing because the entire fucking trip was just me embodying that fucking Vine where that guy is sitting on the stoop and the girl walks by talking about like, and they were roommates, and he's like,
oh
They
my
were
God,
not,
they
they
were
were
roommates.
except it was me just repeating British shit I heard from people walking by me and my mom.
Yeah, dude.
So they would be like, yeah, so anyway, I talked to her and I went to the shop with her. And then I'd be like, to my mom, I'd be like, yeah, so anyway, I talked to her and I went to the shop with her. And they'd be like 2 feet away from me.
They're like,
They pulled out a fucking Glock and I was like, I didn't know you had those.
what?
They pull out a fucking bayonet rifle.
They pull out a nail filer and start sharpening their teeth.
Anyway, so it was incredibly embarrassing, but I wasn't the only person who was like incredibly embarrassing over there because my mom and I went to go to this cafe before we went to this park, and we straight up just had cappuccinos and cake for lunch.
Oh,
Which
God.
was great, but I was like, I'm going to pass away.
Dude, were you like shitting your brains out?
No, but I was like, I need to walk all of this off because I have all this sugar energy that is just coursing through my veins.
Yeah.
And I needed to get it out, so I like kicked some birds.
Well, right. They probably deserved it, first of all. So
Right. I mean, the way that they talk and like can't do makeup is just like horrible. So,
yeah.
you know, birds.
Birds.
My bird. You know, guys call women their bird. No, okay. Also, side note, but the fucking the joke about British women not knowing how to do their makeup is so painfully accurate.
Oh, no.
And embarrassing.
Oh, no. I didn't know that was like a thing.
Maybe it's just like the Essex girls or like a bunch of teens, but it's just like orange with like very false eyelashes.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I do know what you're talking about now.
Like eyelashes look like they've been curled by like a really rancid fart.
Just like tear-inducing, hair-splitting farts.
Yeah, and you know, 3 feet long acrylic nails. Anyway, that's a real thing.
They crawl around on all fours. They communicate with a series of like clicks and growls.
Yeah, they click their nails together and
chomp their teeth like
shift their eyes around. But so yeah,
it's actually quite frightening. They're very active at nighttime.
It's like tarantulas in Animal Crossing. They're just fucking Essex girls.
If you're not home before curfew, they hunt you down in packs. Like the velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
And throw up all the shit they binge drank. It's acidic vomit.
They held your mouth open and vomit into your throat and it dissolves your flesh.
Like that fucking dinosaur with like the throat that expands.
Oh!
All the rumors are true, as Lizzo said. They do be like that. But so I went to this cafe and had a sugar rush, right? And my mom was going to the bathroom, whatever. I was talking to this one guy who was working there. And I don't know, we were talking about like what we do. And I told him I work in the film industry in LA and I worked for like a filmmaking couple. And he looks at me and he goes, ah! Like he's like, ah! Like he screamed so fucking loud.
God.
And it turns out because he was like, he's a French guy. And he's like, I'm an actor.
I am an actor.
He didn't have really an accent, but he's like, if your bosses are looking for like a French, English-speaking French actor, like give me a call. And he gave me his number.
Oh my God.
And I have his number, and we're gonna call him right now. Just kidding. I can't afford it. But his name, dude, get this. Okay, his name is Christophe. That's his first name, and his last name is Mon Plaisir, which means my pleasure.
Oh my God.
But shout out to Christophe, my pleasure.
Dude, I had a teacher in high school who changed his last name from like a normal fucking last name. Like him and his wife decided to change their last name to Tramp Pleasure. Have I talked about this
Yes, you have
before?
told me
Oh my
about
God,
that.
yeah. Fucking
Why?
insane. I don't know.
You know, there's a band called Supertramp. Do you think
Yeah.
maybe they were inspired? They're like, well, we love Tramp and we love Supertramp and we love Pleasure.
And we love the Lady and the Tramp.
Super Lady Tramp Pleasure.
No,
No.
too long.
Too many words.
Tramp Pleasure. Yes.
Tramp Pleasure it is. I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Tramp Pleasure.
And then they got a divorce. And I'm not even joking.
Shut
They
the
really
fuck
did.
up.
Yeah,
Did they get matching tramp stamps too?
Yeah, exactly. And when
That
they
just said pleasure.
yeah, one of them has Tramp and the other has Pleasure, and when they like line up next to each other, it's just Tramp Pleasure.
They just fuck back to back.
Yeah, exactly. They don't look at each other.
That's insane. So I met Mr. Christophe Montplaisir, and I don't know, guys. I just had a really great time, and like I was telling Jillian, I didn't want to leave because I don't know, London was fucking amazing. I got there like the day of their big 50-year anniversary Pride celebration, even compared to LA, where it feels like, I don't know, there's still a lot of judgment and shit.
No,
and I'm sure
I know.
it's the same with London. I'm sure there's fucking racist and sexist and homophobic people in London, but just culturally, it felt like everyone was fucking out celebrating Pride.
Yeah, no, and that's how Berlin felt too. Like I feel like, I don't know, it was just like a really diverse and safe and welcoming city.
I always laugh when I drive by this on the highway, but LA has a museum of tolerance.
Yes.
And I love to point out that it's not acceptance or welcoming. It's tolerance. Like we'll just tolerate you existing.
I guess we'll not try to kill you, I guess.
If we feel like it, like if we're feeling nice.
Yeah, if you behave,
we'll let you live here. Like we're still gonna fucking bully you and throw slurs at you, but you can live here if you want.
Were there homeless people there? Like, do they handle
were-
homelessness better?
I'm not gonna say homelessness is the same level that it is in LA, because it almost feels like half the people living here don't have a steady place to live.
Yeah.
It felt like the public was generally more supported, but there were also homeless people, unfortunately, and I think that that's something that they're working with. Oh, I forgot to bring up, but fucking Boris Johnson ended up resigning when I was over there.
Yeah.
So hopefully that means like some more progress for them, but I think if I had to move to another city and to like another country where I felt it was generally more progressive and I didn't have to feel fear for like basic rights, I would probably head in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
They speak English. They're working on some great shit. The vegan food is fucking off the wall. It's great. But it's still Britain. And there's still like, it was so interesting going through all the historical sites because there's still like thousands of years of like colonization and oppression and racism and all this shit. And that's like what the country is based on. But it almost feels like, at least when I was there, because it's an immigrant made and run city, And because there are so many kinds of people, they have to make shit work and they have to work together and support everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt like they had done the work to acknowledge that shit.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Try and make amends and
what
make
a
it better.
what a weird fucking concept,
What
right?
a weird concept. But I feel like in the US, it's been a lot of like false promises and sort of gestures that don't really mean anything. Whereas there, I feel like they've generally acknowledged their history. I'm not saying they have completely, but
Well, dude, we live in a nation where segregation ended like, you know, less than 60 years ago. And you have people telling, mostly white people telling people of color, like, slavery ended, get over
yeah,
it.
literally get over it. We were just talking about this too, and the fact that we like just had a civil war, almost 200 years ago.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of bullshit to figure out, unfortunately. But I was telling Jillian, like, with all the history of all the shit that they went through, the history of all the shit that they did, there's this fucking palace in Brighton. And Brighton is it's like a seaside little city on the south coast, I guess, of London. It's like 2 hours or so south, and it's beautiful. But they have this royal pavilion that one of the kings had built, and I like to call it the cultural appropriation castle, because basically what had happened at that time and place, right, is that the king, and in that time and place in the world, in Britain, is they were so fascinated by like Asian culture, and they would see these portraits that were painted of people in like China or India or whatever, and have them like brought back and like copies made. It's like if you had like a professional photographer that would go to this other country and you get like a print of it and you know, put it up on the wall. But the outside of this big palace, it's styled like the Taj Mahal. Like it has these domes and everything.
Oh, interesting.
And it has like an Indian style, right? And then you walk in and you have like pagoda style, like corners to the ceiling. You have like fake bamboo handrails. And then you have this dining hall where there's this giant chandelier, and you look up and it's being held by a dragon.
What the fuck?
And there's like palm trees, like the ceiling, the dragon is flying under like a giant palm tree, like leaf overhang thing. And there's portraits of like random Asian people like hung up on the walls, like the portraits I was talking about.
Yeah.
And then there were like bobbleheads of Asian guys with like long like beards. They had like, you know, it was like a whatever clay thing, but they had like hair coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Fu Manchu beard or whatever. And there were parts of it that looked Egyptian, but it was literally like a bunch of British people, like the king back then. And he was fucking hated for this shit because all the people were like, please, sir, we're literally starving in the street and you're spending thousands of pounds on this fucking ridiculous gaudy cathedral.
Bamboo statues.
Yeah. This bullshit. It's like Egyptians aren't even in Asia. I don't know how I know that. I don't know what a map is and I can't read, but I do know that. But it was like they saw like, oh my God, have you heard of this place called Asia? Look at these fucking people and there's bamboo and there's fucking dragons and all. And they just like mesh all this bullshit together and like put it in this not culturally accurate fucking castle like thing. It's so bizarre. It's like how rich people have like a bunch of fucking artifacts from other cultures and they just put it up in their fucking house that looks like a pagoda or some bullshit.
Right, exactly.
They have like a tranquility fountain and like a fucking whatever yin yang.
Yeah, this is my
shit
zen.
everywhere.
This is my zen garden.
And they have fucking a dream catcher over their bed and all this shit
Right.
that like a white woman made on Etsy.
Exactly. Yeah, they have like a jade carved statue of like a fucking Chinese dragon. Like, I got this when I took my yoga trip to Asia.
What country did you go to?
Asia.
Yeah, Asia. It was really beautiful. Like the people there were just so beautiful.
The food was kind of weird, but like the people were so nice. I couldn't understand what they were saying though. I really wish they spoke English.
It's really sad. We should send more English teachers over there. But like what was also cool is they kept wanting to take pictures with me and I felt like a celebrity. It was really nice.
I just told them I was Taylor Swift.
Anyway, some of them gave me money. I took it. Like, is that bad? I don't know.
I mean, they like had it in their hands and I just thought they were giving it to me. So I grabbed it.
They kept asking for my CDs, but like, I wasn't going to tell them I wasn't Taylor Swift. So I just took their money and told them I'd send them CDs later. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck that was, but it was bizarre. It was great. I love London. If I could move there with no fucking strings attached and just like zoom on over there for a couple years, I don't know. I might do it.
I just think it sucks coming back to the US, like especially
In
right
general.
now. Like the political climate is just so fucking bad.
It's awful, and every day is a waking nightmare.
Yeah. So when you go to a country where people have basic human rights, it's like, wait a minute, people live like this?
It's just like everything is generally agreed on, a scientific fact. It's
Yeah.
not up for debate whether or not the earth is flat. You know what I mean? Like here, it's like in vogue to be actively stupid. To do everything you can to turn everything into a conspiracy theory and question
Right.
everything that you've ever been taught about like basic shit like fucking gravity. Or if Hillary Clinton drinks adrenochrome.
right.
One of those things is true. I'm not going to tell you which.
You'll have to figure it out for yourself. We want our listeners to be free thinkers.
I'm stupid but savvy. I'm not media literate.
Well, I'm glad you had the right good time, love.
Thanks. I'm never doing a British accent again.
At least not to British people.
No, not in front of a British person. It was fun. I would say I'm glad to be back, but it's conditional on just the fact that
yeah.
I guess I like my apartment in LA a little bit. And
Well, yeah, it's nice to be in LA where we still have rights
you?
for the most part.
Right to party.
That's fucking right, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Until 2 weeks from now, we'll see you soon. We might have a little short video coming up.
little
Jillian
short.
gets her fucking shit together.
Yeah.
And then we're updating the website with like a few little thingies, maybe some reviews. So actually, speaking of reviews, I haven't really said this in a while, but if you could please review us on Apple Podcasts, rate us 5 stars. Just write like is good with like a thumbs up or something.
Is very good. Very
Like,
nice.
Right, ISSGODE
Yeah, it's good.
with like a thumb up and no spaces.
Yeah.
Even between the thumb and is good. And like it'll help us out a lot. You have no idea. And we're probably gonna include some of the reviews on our website too, because we're doing a little bit of a revamp. But for those of you who might be new, you can check us out on Instagram at Relatable Pod Show. Email us at relatablepodcastshow@gmail.com. Check out our website at relatablepodcastshow.com. You can really find anything like through our Instagram and website. But
yeah.
we're also on YouTube. I think we're going to hopefully get back into the swing of things with like doing
On
Let's Plays and stuff.
YouTube. Yeah, there are some games that I want to play. There's like a fucking Frog Village game that just came out.
Oh my God. We're playing that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the video game, just like the imagination version,
Right, where we just sit in the dark with our eyes closed.
and rip it to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And lick each other's bulbous frog throats.
And butts.
Ribbit. Eat flies.
Right.
Fuck guys. Make pies. We'll see you guys 2 weeks.
Bye.
Ribbit.